Welcome to the Clip That podcast with our special guest, a crazy shark, aka the greatest rapper of all time.
Oh God.
Today we're going to be talking about paranormal things, spooky things that we either happen to us, or that we have seen happen to other people, or that we have heard stories of, or that Zachary found online because he is unoriginal.
Yes.
I am the most original person you ever met, and I'm totally not looking up an article about Bigfoot right now. Totally not.
You literally were telling me to find
Bigfoot.
an article.
Bigfoot is retarded. Why are you looking for Bigfoot?
Because Bigfoot's one of the most famous.
No,
He's not
Bigfoot's lame.
paranormal.
Yes, it is. He is. What do you mean Bigfoot's not paranormal?
At least do a freaking, what are they called, the skinwalker guys?
They're
Yeah,
called
skinwalkers.
skinwalkers. That's what
no,
they're
the
called.
ones that have the deer head.
They're literally
Oh,
called
not deer head.
Wendigos.
Wendigos.
Wendigo. At least find a Wendigo
Oh.
one.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Wendigos are at least cool.
Oh, at least you're
Yeah.
not. What do you mean Bigfoot's cool?
No,
No,
Bigfoot's lame.
He's hip with the
He's
kids.
corny.
You're horny.
what?
Oh.
He's just a
He slept
mutated
with
monkey.
kids?
No, I
What?
said he's hip with the kids.
Bigfoot
Oh
going
my
to
God.
jail?
I got it to work.
Oh, look at him.
Sorry,
Here's
my mic
Brandon.
was off.
Here's Brandon, guys.
Hi,
Give a
guys.
give a clap. Give a clap.
So apparently I turned my mic off on the party.
Woo!
That's what I've been waiting for.
Let's go. That's what we've been
Sorry.
waiting for.
All right, let's kick him out of here.
No, whoa,
You
whoa,
kick
whoa, whoa there. No, you're not gonna kick me out.
That's
Take my
hilarious.
lovely time on my
Kick
day
him right
to
after.
join the party.
All right,
you're
so
not.
we're gonna be talking about, like we said, paranormal shit. So like
Yeah, I
creepy things
heard.
and stuff like that. I'm just
Alright,
making sure. I
alright.
wasn't sure if you're here. Who's gonna go first?
No, my
Let Brandon go first.
Brand, do you have anything? Anything interesting that's creepy happened to you recently or years
I had
ago?
a couple
or-
things.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I was little, I used to live in these apartments. So the way the apartment was, basically, we had all the bedrooms were like connected. So the one on the right, or the left was my mom's and my dad's room. The one on my right was me, and then the one kind of like in the right in the middle-ish, like facing like the wall. We walk in was my sister's room. So I was in the middle of the wall, like near between my dad and my mom's door, just staring down the hall because I just couldn't sleep, and I wanted to go in my mom's room, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay here. And right as a kid, I was scared a lot, obviously, and I watched a scary movie and fucked with my head. And I swear to God, I was looking down there, and the kitchen and the hallway and the living room, I saw like a figure move to the kitchen, and that scared the shit out of me. So I went in my mom's room, my dad's room, and said, "Dad, Mom, I think someone's in the house." So they turned on the lights on, and they looked, and there was nothing there. I literally saw a person figure walked in the dark. Like, I don't know how, like, there was a little light, but not like enough, but just enough to see down the hall. And I saw like a shadow figure moved like into the kitchen. That scared the shit out
I
of
feel
me.
like that happens to like at least one person. Everyone here has probably had that experience. Like legitly probably had like a shadow
And,
experience.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you
Mine's
want
a
me to
little
go,
different when I was
or you
4.
want me to wait.
It was not even a shadow.
All right, go ahead, Jared. Me or your story.
Okay, so I was like 5, 4, and I was like at the time when 5-year-olds and younger have more of the
Imagination.
ability. No, have more of the ability to see shit.
Yeah, there's a belief that babies and stuff have the ability to see spooky ghosts, and
Yeah.
as you
So-
grow up, it washes away.
Well, at this time, I used to live with my mom, and we lived in an apartment complex. And I lived in the living room. I slept in the living room. That was my room.
Oh.
And then I had my mom's room, and then I had my real grandma's room.
Ooh, fancy.
You have a fake grandma
And-
somewhere?
My fake grandma is the grandma I live with.
She's not fake. She's still your grandma.
She's my step grandma. Anyway,
Basically.
Okay.
back to my story. No one was home. No one was home. I was left alone. That's how bad my family was when I lived with that part of the family.
Right.
And I literally looked down my grandma's doorway, I mean, and I see her with her eyes completely rolled back and with sharp teeth. And she was
What?
coming towards me. And I'm not even joking. I saw this.
Like sprinting at you or like slowly walking?
No, she was slowly walking at me doing like a World War Z screech a little bit. And I closed my
Huh.
eyes and then she was gone. And I even went in her bedroom to see if she was there, and she was not there. No one was home.
Maybe she came home to visit you and then went back.
No, I closed my eyes for like 1 second, and she was gone.
Hi, grandson. Bye, grandson.
How? She would have had to leave at the front door.
Maybe I don't know.
grandson.
Maybe she got some special effect makeup.
You want some
and that scared the shit out of
cookies?
her.
She was
And then
not
it's like-
home.
You
Maybe
want
she
some
was Houdini.
raisin cookies?
Maybe she was like, maybe she knew Houdini and taught her some tricks.
Alrighty. So,
But that was the
That's
only
crazy,
experience
though.
I
That's
had.
I'll give you one.
alright, go ahead. I was gonna go about it.
This one's not a spooky story, but this will
Oh
be the
my
first
God.
one I say.
This guy.
But it's just a funny moment, right? I stayed the night with me and my friend and his sister, like in junior high or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know the movie? What is it called? I think it's called Sinister,
Sinister.
where there's like the guy with the black and white face, and he the family watches the movies of the people
Oh,
who
the
died
tapes.
in the house, and they slowly
Oh,
get
you're
yeah.
talking about
I've never seen the movie, right?
I think it's
but
called
my
It's
friend.
Sinister.
My friend and his sister had seen the movie like the day before I came over, and they were petrified of it.
Oh, I'm
So
So
what
I
was the
kept,
movie called?
I kept making fun of them,
It's called
and I'd be
Sinister.
like,
It's right. He's right.
they got super scared by the dude with the black and white face. So I would always be like, you know what else is black and white? And I'd be like, over there, it's black and white all
Oh my
night.
god.
They didn't sleep all night because I kept pointing out to them. There's
That's so
something
fucked
black
up.
and white in their house.
Okay, that was fucked up.
That was a little fucked up.
That's funny
They
though.
were
That's funny.
actually so scared.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never seen the movie.
Okay, so my
Neither
turn.
have I. I
My
just had to look it up
turn.
what it was.
I've seen. I know what it is. I've seen the movie. It's okay. There's like 2 movies, I think. Anyway,
yeah,
so
I one other too.
I was in New York. I was at my dad's at the same location where it's in the middle of nowhere and there's woods. So we're in the
course
woods, in the
you're
middle of nowhere,
woods.
in upstate New York.
And almost killed
Um,
your siblings at. Yep.
That's where it's the same house that I almost killed my brother. Where I burned him in his arm. The same build, the same house. So
Oh great.
I was probably, I don't know. It doesn't really. It's irrelevant how old I was. Probably like, or maybe it's not. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just say 6.
Just hurry up
I
and
don't
finish the
fucking
story.
I was 6 years old, and basically, every single night, like when it hits 3:00 a.m., a TV turns on out of nowhere. It just turns on every single time, and it's one of those old TVs. It's a box TV, where you had to press the button on the top because they didn't have a
Oh,
remote.
probably
and,
from the 70s or the 80s.
and you had to press the button to turn it on, and there's just static. All there is just static, and it comes on every single day at 3, either PM or AM. I don't remember which one, but it comes on.
You guys
every
try
single
unplugging it?
Yeah, unplug, and it plugs. It's plugged back in when I wake up.
Maybe your dad plugged it back in.
It could be. That could be a possibility, but it turns on every single. It doesn't. No one touches it. It turns on at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. I don't remember which time. But the weird thing is the person that owned the house. Her husband died because she fell back, he fell back and broke his neck and died
Oh.
right there in the house.
Maybe he wanted to watch some TV.
And I know that, like, where the door is where he died, like on that
Oh,
spot.
God.
In that
Your dad's
room.
living there.
Well, he doesn't live there anymore, but it's the same house.
I would have
and so
burned it down.
I was terrified to sleep in there, sleep in that house alone.
Yeah, that would be too.
Um,
Maybe the guy wanted to watch some TV one last time.
Oh man.
do you guys?
Every
do you
night?
guys? Do you
Alright,
guys ever
good.
have what are they called when you're asleep and you can't move but you can see stuff?
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep
Yeah. Do you ever have that?
No.
I've seen shit.
I have
a
one
couple
time. One time I've had that.
I
How
never
was
had
that?
that.
It was fucking. It's the most creepiest. No, I was sleeping. It was in my old house, sleeping on the bed, and I literally opened my eyes up, and I could not move. All I could move my eyes and a little bit of my head, and I just see this figure, coming under my brother's bed because me and him had the same bed, and he was just crawling out under it and moved outside the door. Like it starts like slowly floating, and moved outside to the living room. And it was the most creepiest thing. So I closed my eyes, and then I woke up, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I could move again. It was like really creepy.
Sounds fun. I've never had it personally, but the closest I've ever gotten is, I don't know if you've ever had this, but like when you just wake up like 3 o'clock or like 2 o'clock in the morning, and you'll just have like a dread over you, and you can't go back to sleep for the rest of the night because you're just sitting there like thinking something's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, that happens to me, like,
I've had that.
I
That
have-
happened to me
have it,
all
like-
the time when I was younger.
I don't think
Once
I've had
a
that, I
year or
just can't
something like
sleep
that.
sometime.
Yeah, I've had that one.
I'll just, especially at my mom's house, the one that nobody liked to stay at. I would just wake up in my room and stare at my door, thinking something's gonna barge in. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Maybe I've had that a couple
You
times.
funny
I
a
don't know.
fucking Elmo or something comes
So
barging in.
I don't even know. It's just like you have a constant dread and like scaredness.
Yeah, I've had that happen
Yeah.
one time.
That happened to me like almost once a month for like my
I-
entire junior year and almost every year for.
I haven't had it since I
So
moved out of that house.
I have
though.
a story. So
Go
my
ahead, Brandon.
sister. So at the same house where I saw that figure, I think my apartment was haunted. I think it was. I don't know. So my sister was in. I think her room was haunted. So in her room, she was. So you know when people wake up, they'll have like marks on their hand, like arms, stuff like figure, like a bruise or something when they wake up. You know, like someone hit them in their sleep or whatever.
Yeah, you have bruises and scratch
So
marks and stuff.
she woke up and she couldn't get up. It's kind of like sleep paralysis, but like someone, it felt like someone. She said it felt like someone was like pinning her down, like they were about to get physical, like physical.
Yeah, it's literally
And I think she had like a fingerprint or like a handprint on her. Not like visible, like you see it, but like just enough to see it.
what. Yeah.
So I think her room was haunted.
Well, that's actually a demon. That actually sits on your chest and feels like it's crushing your chest.
Well, it
Um,
wasn't really crushing her. I just felt like she was just pinned.
Well, I know it's literally sleep paralysis. That's really what that is.
I think that's what she had because I don't know. I think my apartment was haunted for real. Who's ever living there now is enjoying it.
I don't know. I've had another creepy experiences happen. It's not creepy. I already told the story to Jared and Gavin, but this is
I
the
think he
creepy-
told me.
It's a creepy experience for me, because I don't like being followed. So, basically, my mom drives me to work and stuff because I don't have a car and I'm like 21 years old, whatever.
Same.
I get drove into Circle K every morning so I can get a water and whatever, bubble gum, or doesn't matter what it is. So I grab my shit, walk out, and start walking down the street. And my work is literally like right down the road, and it's on the left.
Yeah, it's
where we
like
turn.
right down the
It's
corner.
Like, yeah, it's like right there. So I start walking, and there's one chick that's just staring in the looking in the air, like dancing around. And I thought it was a smart idea
That's
to say.
Mesa for you.
The crackhead?
I decided to say hi, just to be kind. Be like, hey, what's up? I'm just passing through. And she's like, what are you doing? Where do you work? What do you... So anyway,
I don't believe that.
well, that's over exaggerating, but she asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm going to work. She said, where do you work? I said, no, I didn't say anything. So I kept walking.
That's a good
and
thing. Don't do
she
that.
kept following me, and I started walking faster. She starts walking faster, and I just started walking a little bit faster, and she starts walking a little bit faster, and then I see
I would've
something
told her
in the
to
corner
go.
of my eye, her pulling out something, and I finally made it in the corner of where work is, and then she just stopped. She stopped going, and when Jared came by, or when like other people came by, it was like 3 or 4 minutes later, and she's gone. Like honestly,
Yeah,
just
there was
disappeared.
no one there.
No trace of her. She's gone. And I don't know how, is she like sprinted or she's like sprinted somewhere or fucking like in the shadow realm or some shit and disappeared.
Well, it's like, did she pull something out, or did you just see
I
she
don't know.
pull
I
something
just
out?
saw something she was pulling out. I don't know what she was pulling out.
You think she was gonna stab you?
She could. Frickin' I don't know.
I would have told her if you didn't walk away, I would call the police and have my phone on speed dial.
But if she's a crackhead, she won't give a shit.
She's gonna start running at me with a fucking knife. or
She's
some
not gonna
shit.
care.
Zach, you could take her.
I've seen crackheads take, well, not seen personally, but there's crackheads who have taken gunshots and still kept coming.
Yeah, because they're on drugs. They don't feel it.
Yep. I got one in coordination kind of with that. It was at Morgan's house, and it was
Oh,
the
was
day
I
one of the
there?
days. No.
Oh.
It was one of the days that we were gonna go airsofting, and I stayed the night at Morgan's house and was gonna go with him in the morning. This dude was walking this like crazy. He had bulging eyes, and he was walking around the
Oh,
neighborhood.
that-
And for all day, he was walking around the neighborhood, literally all day, down the street, around the block, and everything, and just kept coming in and out. And we didn't pay no mind.
Yeah.
And our unnamed friend, we'll just call him Gilbert for now.
Hell
Gilbert was gonna come and pick me and Morgan up, and we were gonna go airsofting because he was gonna join us to go airsofting. We left, and we had a good day airsofting. And when we came back, the dude was still walking down the street. We park
What
in
the
front
hell?
of Morgan's house, and we're waiting, like we're getting all of our stuff out. And the dude's on the other side of the street from Morgan's house, and we're still inside the car. And he starts walking by the car, and he starts stepping all the way towards us, towards the car, like getting really close to the car. And he's staring at us. His eyes are bulging out of his head, and all of
Oh
me,
God.
me,
Oh,
Gilbert,
God.
and Morgan are all staring at him and like, "You gonna do something?" It's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
And he starts coming closer, and I open the door and I stand up because I have a gun on my airsoft gun on my hip
yeah.
from still being airsofting. And then I think he saw that we all had guns, and he was like, and he started walking away from us, like going the opposite direction.
That's a smart idea.
He's like, yo,
And
dog, I'm
after-
packing heat.
I got some heat.
After-
You want to go?
Obviously, it's an airsoft gun, and it probably wasn't loaded. It was just on my hip from still being out.
that guy
Yeah,
probably
the
didn't
day.
know it was
yeah.
an airsoft gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look at my pistol in the holster, you can't tell it's an airsoft gun. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
"Come on, man!" And he started walking away, and when I looked in his hand, and he had a knife like sitting inside the palm of his hand
Oh God.
Oh,
when he
shit.
came near us. And that's Morgan and Gilbert were on the side that he was on. That's why I was the one to get out and to stand up. And I was like, if they get out, they might get dropped. And he just walked away, and we saw him again later that night. Me and Morgan did walking around the street. And I was like, bro, how long are you gonna walk down the road?
Dude, that is fucking. Oh my God.
So he had a knife in the palm of
Yeah.
his hand.
It's the
Yeah.
scariest.
About to stab you. Damn. dude.
Didn't I come over later that day?
I don't remember. You might
Hold on.
have.
Tell that
Re-
story.
Remind me
What
not
either
to
you,
go to Morgan's house.
You or Gavin tell the story about with that car. Remember that
Oh,
car?
yeah. You want to tell it, or I need to tell it?
Me?
Yeah.
Who else?
You-
No one
you
else is
tell
with
it.
you.
I
No, I'm saying, does Jared want to tell it, or me?
I know, but Jared, he said me. Like like I was there.
I thought you
Um.
Gavin will.
No, me, Morgan, and it was again at Morgan's house because Morgan doesn't live in the Grace area. And we went to, what is it, Circle K?
Mm-hmm.
We went to Circle K, and we went to go get drinks and food, and it was like 5 o'clock. It was late, but not like late.
Well, to give perspective, that his house from Circle K is like down the road. It's like not even like
Yes,
5 minutes
it's-
walk.
Yeah,
It's, like, right there.
nothing. And we went in, and there was like a lady there, and there was like a couple of dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the dudes very much, but Morgan said later on that he heard the dudes talking about doing a drug run,
Oh shit.
like to go sell them, and I didn't
God
hear it.
damn.
So I mean that's going off the words of him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get our stuff, and we're walking out, and we notice that they get in their car and start following us down the road. So
Yeesh.
we start walking and cross the road and go down. And I was telling Jared, I was like, if something happens, just give them, if they stop like to rob us or something, just give them whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Who cares? We can replace our phone, our wallet, whatever else.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
keep driving, and luckily they go in front of us down a road that we were gonna turn down and turn down it. But I was like, hey, let's jump over to the other side and go to the other side of the neighborhood and go around and then come to the house so they don't see us, because they turned down the street that we wanted to go down.
Oh,
And luckily
God.
they never saw us again, but we went
Right at
all the way around about.
Literally the street
man.
that is that Morgan's house is on. They
Did
literally
Jared?
straight
I'm
turned
assuming
down on
Jared went over the wall first.
No, we didn't go down any. We went we went to the other side of the street and
Oh,
then around.
I thought
Yeah.
you guys
The
jumped.
road.
I thought you guys like jumped a gate or a wall or something.
No,
No.
we completely went the opposite direction
We
that
ran
they went in,
across.
and then
Yeah, we
That's
went
crazy,
across
that's
the
really
street
crazy.
and we just continued
I
down
have
towards
never-
Walmart and then we walked back.
In the last 2 years I've lived in this neighborhood, I haven't had any of those issues. You guys on Morgan's side of the house, on the side of the town over there.
Well,
And then
to
I-
be honest,
I
Zach,
was-
your side of the Apache Junction is less active with druggies. Morgan's
Not in
area
Apache
is
Junction.
bad. It's like bad.
I was
Yeah,
saying that if
I'm close to
if,
Morgan's
um,
house, just right on the
Brandon,
border of it.
if anything bad happens, I was telling Jared and Morgan just to get to a house that has a light on and start knocking.
Yeah.
Worst things
yeah.
worse is they find you dead on the ground and they can try and do something.
Man, that's like I don't know. Something about like me being followed really gets like my blood pumping. Like it's just like I feel
It is.
like I feel like I'm being followed
It
when
did
I'm
get my
walking down the
anxiety
street
up
or
a
so.
little bit.
Yeah, but it's not hard to get your anxiety up. Let's be honest here.
Well,
It's not.
cars sure get it up quick.
I don't know, but I think it's like super creepy that you get like being followed. It's like something about it is like someone's walking behind you for a long excess of time, and they're like so happy going in the same area. It's just like same with a car when you're driving and this person's behind you and you guys are going
It
to like
is.
the same destination. It's just like uneasy. I feel uneasy when
Alright,
someone's
I got a
following me.
story. I don't know if you remember this, Zach. So one night, Zach
know.
stayed the night at my house, and it was like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and we were walking to Circle K to get some snacks and some drinks.
Hold on.
It
Hold on. To give perspective, he also lives in the same area as Morgan, so it's
Yeah.
in the same distance.
So we were walking to Circle K, and a cop was going down the street, and then he does a U-turn.
Oh, I
And,
remember this.
And we were walking, he was just slowly creeping up behind us, you know, like I can get it, you know, it's a neighborhood, you know, it's rough, cops are just making sure they're doing their job, making sure nothing happened. And I'm looking back, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I
He
thought
kept-
we were gonna get...
He kept
I
looking
kept
behind
looking
over and
back,
over, like
I was paranoid, okay? I
he
didn't
full
know.
on
And then,
turned around every
I
5
think-
seconds.
Like, when did we stop then?
You were
did he
literally
go
acting.
away?
You were literally acting more suspicious, turning around.
I
Your
think he
full head
realized we were
turning
just-
around.
Well, I was like, what the fuck is going on? So we were walking, and probably got like halfway there. He realized we were just kids, you know, walking to Circle K, and he just turned around and goes away. I'm like, thank God.
No, he was literally. It was freaking creepy. It was a creepy experience. I've never seen a cop
It
like
was.
slowly stroll
Well, he was just,
like a
like,
drive-by.
behind
Like,
us.
I feel like I was gonna get drive-by.
Shot by a cop.
I'm gonna
Under the city, 2 teenagers get
killed.
shot by a cop by a drive-by, suspiciously walking to Circle K.
I don't know, dude, it was freaking weird.
But that was so
He
weird.
didn't-
It was like
He didn't say anything or any. He just started
he just
creeping up
probably,
like
I think
behind
he
us.
was just making sure we weren't doing
Actually, the
anything
most
suspicious.
creepiest thing to ever happen, I always feel so uneasy, is an empty church at night. Like, it feels like the most
Oh,
creepiest
fucking
spot.
weird.
Like, every time we cross the church from Brandon's house, I feel the most uneasy.
I
Uh-huh.
think it's because it's one of those things that once you're delving, quote unquote, into the world of spirituality, it's very easy for cracks of negative spirituality to come through, even in the most
And there's this one
righteous of
house,
places.
every time Zach comes over stays night, it has like this red room, and like I
Oh,
get
yeah.
scared because I feel like there's a psychopath living there.
Yeah, there's also the red light. Someone has like a red light bulb in their room,
their
so you have
house.
like
I
a
don't know
red
if this is-
glow from
I think it's
outside.
just because they like the red light, because I know you can get like
Maybe they
light
do
bulbs that change
photos.
color.
It's creepy.
Maybe they do photos, or maybe they just like the red color and they just like to have it because I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like that neighborhood.
I don't know, man, but it's the most like uneasy thing when you're being followed, or if you
Yeah.
pass by a church at night with no one there.
It is.
I think it's
Really.
one of those things because you instinctively react because you have your back turned to them.
Yeah.
and you
Basically.
know that that's our weak part. It's like
At least it's a-
all it takes is them to run at us and get us, and we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach. At least it was a cop. I feel safer a cop following us than fucking junkies.
Yeah.
That's not as creepy
Because if
as
a cop
Gavin's
pulls us over,
story.
Like,
we had our
a
IDs,
cop
and the cop would have been
is
like,
safe.
"Okay, cool."
A cop's not
Yeah.
gonna come out of nowhere and hurt you for no reason. You can trust a cop. You can't trust a
Yeah, all they're gonna
crackhead.
do is just ask for our IDs and ask what we're doing, and we'll
Yeah,
just be honest
it-
with them. He would have been like, "On your way."
No cop's just gonna jump out and stab you or shoot you for no reason. Whereas a junkie
Unless the
could just
cop's
run
on
up
drugs.
You can tell that
Or
story
it's a
about
rookie
you
and
told
they
me
think you
last
have
week.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Which
It's one
one?
at your old house.
I don't remember.
It's the no, actually no, it's recent. It's like in your room, and you thought Your
Oh, the spooky.
yeah, the spoopy one.
Oh, spooky.
I don't know why, but me and my family have always been pretty good at seeing spooky stuff. I feels like, at least on my mom's side, and I was sitting in my bed, and for those who don't know, my bed is angled towards my door, and then it's
Why?
got like a hallway that goes down to my bathroom.
What do you mean? Why? It's just how his room is.
Oh,
It's just how my room's
I've
set up.
never been to your house, so I don't know.
And I swear to God, like I was sitting here like at 2 o'clock playing games, just got done playing with my family, games, you know, and I thought someone walked through my door and down my hallway, and I thought it was my dad because who else would it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I jumped because I don't usually jump unless something super, like I don't jump at movies. I don't jump when the other scary stuff happens. I
Yeah.
very rarely jump. Like I'm not a spooked person. I'm not Damien. And
Yeah.
this one spooked me to the point where it was just like frightening. And I thought it was my dad because I could see in so much detail. Of course, I didn't like dead look at him, and I still don't know who it could have been technically. But I thought it was my dad. I saw like the figure of him. I saw like where his t-shirt sleeve cuts off.
Yeah.
Like I thought I saw the t-shirt with the sleeve and where the shirt ended and the arm began type thing.
Yeah.
And I swear I thought it was him. But I waited to see if anybody was gonna like. First off, my dad wouldn't just walk in my room for no reason, and I waited to see if anybody walked out. And nobody walked out. And I went down to the end of my room to see if there was anybody there. And nope. And I was like, well. That
That's
was
the most
actually
creepiest
legitimately
experience that I could ever experience
Yeah,
for
that is
myself,
true.
to be honest. I would
That-
probably
I like-
shit my pants.
I've seen shadows move across there before, and I've seen like shadows standing in parts of my room and whatnot. But I've never seen like full detail to where I could see the person walking by like that.
Have you ever been camping and you're like you're in your tent and then like it's like you wake up randomly at like I don't know like 3 a.m. and you hear like footsteps in your camp like out of nowhere?
Not
No.
really.
I've had that
I
happen
have
up a
played
couple
with
times.
animals, so I
I-
can't really say
I
anything for
sleep-
that.
I sleep the best when I'm camping.
Well,
I sleep
was
so well out in the
I went camping
wilderness.
and I just woke up randomly in my tent. Woke up randomly and I heard footsteps and I right next to my tent. So I keep listening and it gets closer and closer to my tent. So then I slowly open the zipper to check outside and look around, and it's just nothing was there. Like not even like any indication of a person or
The
an
thing,
animal.
the thing is in the woods, it could be a million things. It's,
Yeah.
Like last I went camping, which you guys know was like a month ago, and I woke up like I had finally fallen asleep, and I woke up at probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was coyotes howling, and it was like sounded like it was really close, but it obviously wasn't.
Yeah.
And that's not really spooky, but it was
That's
like
also
coyote.
spooky.
Well,
I was-
it's hard for me to sleep in the woods.
Sorry, we don't have air
I
conditioning
sleep
in the
best
woods.
when I'm in the woods.
No, it's nice when we go up there. It's just when I sleep there, it's nice, you know. Like, yeah, I hear footsteps, but I know it's animals. Every once in a while, like I hear like cracks and.
Are you sure
stuff.
it's not Jared?
It's like same with crows and stuff. It's like you'll hear crows randomly, and I'm "Rah!" It's like okay.
And you hear like branches breaking. It's just mostly the wood, sadly.
Or something falling from a tree. You never know.
Yeah, I've seen.
So,
okay.
I have a story that I found an article on about ghosts.
I still got plenty of stories if you want me to
Oh,
keep
go ahead,
going.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, here's the spookiest story you'll ever hear. Spookiest.
I'm ready for the spook.
Okay. Now, there's this hotel up north of here that's called, I don't know what the hotel's called, but the city's called Jerome, and it's an old mining town, and it's like died out because everybody started dying in the mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's a
God.
hospital at the top of the mountain. And you can stay at this hospital now as a hotel, and this hospital is supposedly haunted, quote unquote.
That's-
Oh yeah.
And me and my family stayed there for like a vacation, quote unquote. Why is that a vacation to us? We have no idea. But we stayed there for 3 nights, I want to say. And me and my sister at the time had shared a room. And we were on the 3rd floor, which supposedly, according to the hospital lore, is the most haunted room because that's where people would jump out of and kill themselves
Oh.
because there's balconies on that
Well,
floor, and that's the only floor
Good
of
to know
balconies.
that.
And like, there's documentation of some guy in a wheelchair pulling himself up over the railing and launching himself out and stuff like that.
Oh,
Right.
that's great.
Wow.
to know.
And to give more context, this whole city feels weird. Like, you can tell there's something that happened in the city. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
how, kind of like when I was talking about when I woke up in your sleep and you still feel gross. It's like that. Like, you don't know what happened, but you feel off, and it like makes your skin tingle, I guess.
Goosebumps,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
That's how this whole city felt. And also, more context, no animals are allowed in this hotel anymore. But back in the day, they used to use cats to hunt down mouse and bugs and stuff like that to like kill them.
Right.
And that's the only way that you could get rid of creatures that you didn't want, especially in the hospital, because rats are unclean. Anyway, other people have had documentation of being scratched by cats, hearing meows, hearing like feeling the cat jump up on their bed, so on and so forth. And me and my sister were sitting quietly watching TV in the room. It was night, and me and her heard a meow. We heard a meow to the degree of where we both looked at each other and like, did you hear that? At the exact same time, right after the meow. And it's really stupid. Again, this isn't actually spooky, the meow. It's more of a joke. But
Yeah.
we ran into my stepfather at the times, and my mother's room, which was like connected to our room through a
Yeah.
bathroom. And we were like, we just heard a meow, and they refused to believe us. It was like, first off, me and my sister are very rarely united. Like if we unite, it's probably serious. But me and her to this day swear that we heard that damn meow.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I wasn't spooked or anything, because like, first off, it's a cat. Second
Yeah.
off, I love cats.
So
Third
like a
off,
fucking dinosaur.
yeah. But it was still enough to note, like, hey, there was a meow.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make the argument that there was a speaker that they hide in the rooms to make people think there's a cat, which, I mean, fair enough, because they would get money
It could be
from
a
it.
possibility, but I don't think it would, because you could tell if it's a speaker.
I mean, it's an invasion of privacy is the biggest reason that they wouldn't do it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
sell, I guess.
If they did, it would be invasion privacy, and you could also tell. But I guess as a kid, you couldn't really tell unless you know what a speaker sounds like. But no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I'd be
I-
terrified.
I was
would,
also
too.
like 11 at the time, roughly.
I would
like
be
10,
confused
11,
if I
somewhere
heard
in
a
that
cat.
range.
Yeah.
I wasn't concerned, both because it was still light in the room and because it's a cat. It's like, oh well, fucking cat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if
I
it was
will
light in the room, you would be able to see it.
I will say, I've never woken up that much staying at somewhere than I did there. Like, I would wake up and stare at the door, look around, and be like, okay, and go
Have you
back
ever
to
had
sleep.
Have you ever had the fear where like you're stepping on your bed and you feel like someone's gonna grab you from under the bed and pull you in?
No, I don't
Yeah.
want that one.
No.
I have never had a bed that has an underneath to it, to be fair.
What about
I
in your
always have a
closet? Were
completely
you scared
sealed
of something that was
bed.
in your closet?
No, but I got my brother scared
My
that something was
closet
in my
is
closet.
full of stuff. Nothing can fit in my closet.
For
I don't really
context,
have
this
a
joke.
closet, and there's a lot of shit under my bed, so like I'm not too afraid, but I still feel like that.
I used to have a fear like that.
I got my brother scared because I had this like collectible big stuffed animal thing. I don't know what it was called, but it was a monster. It was
God.
like super goofy, had horns and had like orange eyebrows and purple skin and
course,
stuff like
of
that. And it was sitting in my closet because I just had it from like a stuffed animal over the years.
Yeah.
I told my brother for like a year that there was a monster in my closet, and every time he walked in my room he would get scared. one day I opened my closet and pulled it out while he was in there. I was like, see, monster. He's like, you, how dare you?
Yeah, I would have been pissed too.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Do you guys ever
Yeah,
have
I-
the feeling of when you're sleeping that you sometimes feel like you're gonna die and then you wake up in a dream or
I've
something?
had
couple
that.
times.
Die in
Well, I
my
mean,
dream?
Yeah.
That's
I
the
have
thing
those dreams
is
all the time.
when you dream about dying, or when you like dream about falling to your death or something like that.
Yeah.
You wake up because you don't know what's beyond death. It's like, for us, death is the definitive end, so we don't know what happens, so we just wake up and jolt up.
I haven't had
Yeah.
this.
Just to
Yeah.
remind
That makes
ourselves that
sense.
we're
That
alive.
makes sense.
That happened to me just recently, like 2 days ago, and it always happens to me all the time because every time I feel like I'm gonna fall over, I wake up. Every time
Do you remember what it is?
I've never remembered what it is personally.
The last time I
I've
remember
been-
about it is I was just walking, and in my dream I was just walking down a pathway, like on a sidewalk or something
Did
on
a
the
piano
side of a
drop on you?
road. No. It felt like the ground was breaking apart, and I got to a certain point on the sidewalk and I fell through and I woke up.
You scared of going through hell?
There's been a couple times in my
No,
dreams where
not
I've been
really,
shot
but
to death.
But I am afraid of cave-ins, and what are the things that like makes the ground
Sinkhole?
collapse? Yeah, sinkhole.
I think it'd
That's
be,
a normal fear.
I think it'd be scary too. I mean,
I don't know. It's like
I used to have that a lot in school when I used to like fall asleep on my desk. I'd jolt up and some person sitting next to me would laugh at me.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you idiot! Ah, you idiot!
It's like,
No,
bro,
it's funny,
I
it's like-
just woke up.
dying in dreams are really scary because you don't know if it's real or not. Even though you know it's fake, but it can feel real. Like there's times where I've been shot to death and I felt it. You know, just like little pains there and there. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people say dreams are a pathway to like your, I guess your past
Subconscious.
lives, your
no.
your past lives or whatever. That's a theory. I don't really believe it. Like it feels real, but I don't. I
No.
don't know. I've had some crazy dreams.
I believe in past lives, but
I
I,
kinda
don't
do
believe
kinda
dreams
know.
are a connection because I can play something, I can watch something, I can do something, and I will see it in my dream that night, even if I've
That
never
too.
seen it before.
I haven't had
And
that.
also, to add
Well-
to that, the weirdest shit happens in your dream. Like someone will just randomly turn into a cabbage, and a friggin' giant cat will jump
Or
on top
giant
of you. Stuff like
spiders
that.
Well,
coming
my
out of fucking
dreams are really
nowhere
weird,
attacking you,
so-
which has happened to me before.
I believe in some pretty wild stuff too. Like
Hell.
I believe in dragons. I believe in past lives, ghosts, and still it's like it's extreme for even me to dream sometimes. It's like yeah, no.
All right.
Hell,
I wanna tell you
I
one of my
still
dreams.
get these all the time in my dreams. I'll have deja vu, and it'll happen like a week later of the thing I
Dude,
dreamt
I
about.
have deja vu all the goddamn time.
I
And
still have
it's so
it.
annoying. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
I didn't
Feel like
have
you're-
it until I got older, and now I have it
It's
like
like-
once a week.
It's like you did
Same.
it and then you're. No, it's like funny about deja vu is like you do it and then like you do it again. Like what the fuck? Did I just do this like a week ago? Really? 'Cause
Yeah,
It's the
like,
most
literally,
that
undescribable
happens to me
feeling.
all the time.
For me, is like when I'm playing a game or I see a game trailer, it's like I've seen this somewhere before. Like I have the
Yeah.
deja vu of like when a game comes out and I'm like, what the heck? I've seen this.
The most common deja vu I have is we'll be playing a game, and I can remember exactly the game, what we're building or doing or fighting or something like that, and the conversation we're having. I'm like, I swear to God, we've had this conversation while I was doing this before.
Yeah,
I have a future thing.
I
where-
even
I
had a
can
deja
remember
vu.
the conversation.
Maybe we can see in the future.
Deja vu
but-
is the wildest, like, feeling.
Yeah, because one day we were playing D&D once, and Gavin was DM at the time, and I had deja vu, and we all were wearing, in my dream, we were wearing, like, obviously Tyler's is normal shit, but Morgan was wearing his black all the time, like,
Black
Black-
pants, white shirt.
yeah. And you always wore your green and black jacket, and Zach was
Mhm.
wearing his messy black shirt or something he was wearing. And then like a week fucking later, that same shit happened, and I'm just like, dude. And I literally said it to you guys, like, didn't we just do this like a week ago?
How about a week
I don't
ago?
remember.
A week ago.
Yeah, no, I get it. Deja vu is like one of those worst fucking things and shit like that.
I'll even have it when I'm at the store. I'll be looking at something, I'll be like talking to one of you guys, and I'll be like, didn't we? What?
Didn't we just talk?
It's gotten to the point where I have it so often that I just avoid like bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks for me because I'm just like,
It
bro,
is.
did I just do this? This is feel weird.
It's almost
Wow.
like we're in a time loop.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if like the conspiracy theory that we already died and we're looking back through our.
That
Oh,
is-
yeah, I
that
heard
is an
about
interesting
that.
concept because people say that see like life flash before your eyes before you die, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, wouldn't that mean that if we, for example, if I just died, right,
Yeah.
and I'm looking through my entire life right now, when I die now in this flashback, aren't I gonna see a flashback of the flashback, and then so on, flashback of the flashback of the flashback, and just infinite loops of flashback? Is that what life is? It's just infinite loops of our death?
I
guess so.
But it's like
I mean, I guess you
I
could
heard about
quantify that as hell.
I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
that when you die, times move really, really slow or really fast. I forgot what it was, and you just see your life. But if it's like if we've really died, like they're saying, if
Like
we
you see
did
your
all die
life
in
flash
20
before your eyes.
Yeah, like we would be dead already. I don't know. It's like, but they said that the rumor that we already died in 2012, which I don't really believe that. But if it is true,
Yeah.
it's like
Be right back, boys.
I don't know.
Right. Well, the
Then
whole
why
the
am
whole
I going to
belief-
work if I'm already dead?
The whole belief of us dying in 2012 was based around a civilization that just didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's a complete
Yeah. And people have already.
stretch.
Yeah, scientists have already are trying to prove it that it was real, and they said it was like a shockwave, something like that, that just fucking stopped time for like 5 seconds and rebooted it. That's what the scientists have been.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe
I
that
don't-
either, but scientists
think-
think it was real.
I think when
Did
we
you guys
die,
hear-
it's gonna
oh,
be
sorry.
very unsubtle. I think when we get wiped out, if humans can even be wiped out, because I don't really believe humans can be completely stomped out.
The only way you
With-
can is to blow up the planet.
Yeah, but even if
Fucking Darth Vader. it with the
when
Death
we
Star.
do die, I think that it's gonna be to the degree of everything's going to go wrong. I think the world's gonna shatter. I think every single volcano is gonna blow. I think
Yeah.
tsunamis are gonna hit.
So
I
the
think
worst of the
crops are
worst.
gonna die. I think humans
Basically.
are gonna turn on humans. I think everything wrong that can happen is going to happen. And then,
Yeah.
as quick as it went wrong, everything is gonna be silenced.
Yeah, everything Mad Max.
I
could
feel like
come
a zombie apocalypse will happen.
I don't think that's
through.
possible.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't think it's possible to the extent of.
Yeah, like if a nuclear war did happen,
Yeah.
scientists have already proven that radiation
I think-
mutate things and turn them against humans or
I
something like
think the
that.
most
It's like, I
accurate
don't know,
depiction would be World War Z.
Yeah.
I don't think our
Or,
military will fall that quick.
Or
You
The
guys
Last
think
of
so?
Us.
'Cause, like,
The Last of Us
or-
would be
or The
most
Walking Dead.
accurate. No,
Yeah, Last of Us.
Last of Us
is pretty
shitty
dramatized.
games anyway.
Last of Us sounds
no,
very
it's an
accurate.
amazing game. No, I feel like The
Last of
Walking
Us
Dead
2
would
is
be-
god awful.
Yeah. And I watched the
What about-
gameplay and it was terrible.
What about The Walking Dead? Would that be more accurate?
No,
No,
Walking Dead
not
even
really.
in itself is a little bit. Especially
Like,
now, the Walking Dead's cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not as good
I've
as
watched it.
No, I
all,
mean
and-
it hasn't followed the comics for years now.
What
to
would
be
you guys
fair.
think would probably be the most likely of apocalypse? Nuclear, probably, I would assume.
I think the
Nuclear or
most, the
Mad
most,
Max?
I think the absolute most likely is the sun explodes.
us
So
up.
not literally. Yeah, it expands or sends out a wave that
Because that's
fries
what's supposed to
everything.
happen when the sun dies. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? It's supposed to fucking do a red giant and eat the planets.
Yeah, it's supposed to consume the first three
No,
planets closest to
yeah,
it, which
that's
is
like
us.
we died that way. It would be
Yeah.
wicked painless.
Mars is the closest you can get away from it.
Alright,
Probably
let's go to
why
fucking
people
Mars.
want to go to Mars, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean that, and because Mars is very similar to Earth, apparently,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
It's just
We need to
that people
habitat.
keep saying. It's just it died out before it when it was.
I
Like
think
Earth.
that's the most likely by modern terms. The way I think the world is going to end religiously is completely different.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be like a Mad Max situation. Like everybody's gonna turn
Oh,
against
God.
each other, killing each other, and voila, we
I
have
sure
a
hope that's not
wasteland
the
of
case.
desert.
So
Nothing.
my fear of the world ending is either a nuclear apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse,
Nuclear is pretty
or
likely too.
Nuclear pretty likely,
If-
or
if
just
there's
one
a
day you
war-
wake up and there's no one on the planet.
If there's the war within the next 100 years, it's gonna nuke. If it's bad enough, I mean, if there's a World War III, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna nuke each other to hell. That's how the
yeah,
world
there'll
will
be
end
no
if there's a
one
war.
win. No one will
And then
win.
It's gonna
Fallout
be-
will happen, and everything is gonna come true from the Fallout games.
It's gonna be a matter of we're all wiped out.
You guys hear
because
that
we
they're
all
making
sent
a
our own
show?
nukes.
A Fallout
No, I
show?
did not.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Off
Amazon's
topic!
working on it. Shut up, Zach. But no, I agree with that, Gavin. Nuclear apocalypse
Yeah.
most likely will happen.
Yeah.
Because the
That
way
or
the
I mean,
world's
who's-
going right now,
situation.
the way
Who's
the
to
world's
say
going
life
right
isn't
now,
hell?
there's a lot of fucking wars.
You're not wrong.
Like, I believe wholeheartedly that life is the most beautiful thing to ever exist,
is.
and it can never be matched. I don't even think heaven can match the beauty of life. Come at me. But, I believe that there's to an extent that living on Earth could be your hell, and that's where your suffering comes from.
That would be sucky,
on the same
dude.
turn.
Hell, yeah, that would be a
I mean,
sucky experience.
Life is literally just a test to see how good you are, if you're good enough to go to heaven, or if you're bad enough to go to hell. That's all it is in almost every religion.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Or be born again as something else. Depending on...
I want to be born as a fish.
Okay.
The-
I don't have to- I
according
don't
to
have to worry-
evolution, you'd
I
be
don't
taking a
have
few
to-
steps back.
I don't know.
Which
I feel
is
like
fitting
as a
for
fish,
you.
You just live your life. Shut up.
Goddamn.
I don't know what I would do reincarnated as if I had to choose.
I don't know. I think I'd be terrified to die, but it's going to happen to everybody.
Either way, we're gonna get extremely off topic and get super philosophical here. But no matter what you believe in, whether you're atheist and believe in the Big Bang, whether you're Christian and believe in God, whether you're a Buddhist and believe in, I don't know the ins
And
and outs of
Mormons, the
Buddhism,
same thing as Christian.
or if you
difference.
believe in freaking Zeus, everything
Zeus.
comes down to where did that come from? Where did the
Yeah.
Big Bang come from? Where did God come from? Where did the chaos come from in Greek mythology? Where did everything come from? There's always got to be another layer to everything. Even
Yeah.
the fact that I'm here speaking and it's being transmitted across the internet is amazing. Where did that come from? Leads to where did that come from? Leads to
Yeah,
that.
that's
Where did that
true.
come from?
'Cause,
And there's
like-
always going to be another. Where did that come from?
Yeah, that's
until
crazy.
That
It's
is
crazy how the way that evolution so fast, like we have like advanced so quickly throughout.
Yeah, we
like it went
evolved
from
throughout the
dinosaurs
last
100
to
years.
caveman to yeah, it's like we've developed a lot from thousands of
Yeah.
years of getting like dinosaurs, the planet, and then all that crap.
No. And apparently,
that right there is
Uh,
why we're number one. That's why I believe we're number one. Is because
number one.
no, at least on Earth. Let me clarify. I don't necessarily believe in aliens to the extent of intelligence, but I believe that we are so goddamn awesome that if we don't have a physical strength, like if we can't run faster than a cheetah, if we can't lift more than a gorilla, if we can't tank more than a rhino, we have ways to overcome such things.
Yeah.
We have tanks, we have jets, we have everything that will make us succeed in those works that we don't already succeed
We don't have
in.
the Flash. We don't have Superman.
We can
don't have
fly.
Batman. We could do that.
Because we have
Cool.
planes, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah, you have to get your life.
That's
Yeah.
what makes humans so amazing, is the fact that we can
And,
conquer
yeah.
all
We
these
can
bridges
literally go to space too.
by thinking. Yeah, what
Well, that
other
costs a lot of
animal
money,
can
but
go
yeah.
to space on Earth?
yeah,
None.
nothing.
Nothing.
We are
Well, maybe
surely
one
the
day.
only race that can do anything just because we will it.
Like humans, apparently to scientists,
Actually,
the
no,
human
no, no.
race has been around
The
for
mo-
200,000
Sorry,
years,
Jared.
and we have evolved for a long time.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Technically, there has been an animal that went into space. A monkey.
that?
Well, yeah. They,
Well, yeah, but that's because
We
of human
forced
engineering.
it to.
Well,
Yeah, we shot it, and
well, I understand that, but that's technically the first animal that's been to space, even though
we
we
made
launched
that
it
happen
fast.
though. We launched them. Not he
Yeah,
didn't launch
that's-
Well,
himself.
yeah, we wanted to make sure what would happen.
Yeah, we
first
forced
before we
him to
sent
go
someone
up into
there.
space.
No, that's not what we're saying, Jibrian. We're saying we launched them. He didn't build
we
the ship.
built the
and-
things that put them
Yeah.
I
in.
know, I get it, but that's what I'm
Wait,
saying.
if
we launched
you would have
it,
taken that monkey out and put a human in, it would have been the exact same outcome.
Yeah.
but they didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, they didn't know that at the time. That's why we use a test guinea pig.
Poor
Which is
Even though it's
cruel.
cruel as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
monkey, you want to go to space? Launch his ass.
But I
into
mean,
space.
no further advancement is made without sacrifices.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
have to sacrifice
no
something.
matter what.
That's the
yeah. Same thing about
Even-
the Chandler. The blew up in space almost, and it was sad, very sad.
even further off topic. War is the definition of advancement. Whenever there's a
It
war,
is.
humankind jumps 20 stages into the future. Every single
Yeah, 'cause
war
they were building
causes
something new every day.
huge boom of everything.
Yeah.
I know people want to say war is the worst thing ever. War
It is.
tears people
Yeah.
from people, and it is. But it's also, without war, we wouldn't have over
A lot
half
of
of the
this
stuff
stuff.
we have.
Yeah,
we wouldn't
'cause
have
that's how technology
TVs. We wouldn't have
overadvanced.
weapons. We wouldn't have cars.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a ton of the stuff we have without war.
Thanks
Yeah,
to
if
first
humans-
nuclear. Yeah, can I
if-
say something real quick?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
If we never really invented a nuclear bomb, we wouldn't have nuclear plant, nuclear subs, everything
Yeah.
because of that, because of war.
You see why I stopped doing a podcast with Brandon?
I'm sorry.
He likes interrupting everybody all the time.
War is like everything ever. It's the yin and yang, whereas
It is.
you can't have the beauty without the bad. You can't have the chaos without the order. You need both of them to
Yeah.
succeed with every single thing in life. Everything has a downside. Everything has an upside.
That's why you
Everything is
can blame
balanced.
Adam and Eve's sons, quote unquote, for killing each other to start war.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
I
what
mean,
happened,
to be
but-
fair, Eve is the one that cursed us from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eve
Well,
is the
it's
one
like-
that ate that goddamn fruit.
No. Yeah. Well, I get it. You know, you're right, Gavin. If war, I know it's bad, but it's like it brought us like all this technology. It made our weapons better. It made our soldiers safer. It's just like it's funny in the way that war give us this technology because it made people like, oh, new ways of making people safe, making new shit. It's crazy how to think that. It's just like it blows my mind.
I'll be right back. I gotta put my snake away.
I don't know. I don't know. Man, any other creepy stories that you guys want to share?
Well, except for the knocks that Gavin and I heard.
Go ahead.
All right, so Gavin and I were at Gavin's house, and
Yeah.
we were getting ready to go. We were waiting on Tyler to pick us up to go somewhere, and we heard 3 knocks. All 3 of us. We even turned to each other like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear those knocks?" And we went to the front door. Nobody was there. We even looked outside. Tyler's truck was not there yet, and
man.
and we went back inside, and we heard it again. Like 5 minutes later, we heard it again. And that after that, we decided like, fuck it, we're just gonna wait until we hear actual knocks. Like,
No,
Creepy.
or-
I've had that happen.
I don't.
Hold on,
remember, but
hold on.
oh,
Back
sorry.
up, back up. Before we get off of that, Tyler's a 300-pound man.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's-
God.
Oh yeah, we
if
need that
he was
perspective.
knocking on the if he was knocking on the door, my door is right next. My front door where he would knock is right next to my bedroom. If I
that's right.
heard that knock and ran over there to look if anybody was there, he wouldn't be able to get away from the door. There's
Yeah.
no way. I'm
No way.
150 pounds. He's not outrunning me for me to get to the door. No one's gonna be able to get away from the door. And like he
Yeah.
said, there was no vehicle at the door.
to
and-
give more perspective to his door is not a solid door. It's like glass. You can see through
yeah,
the
I
door.
can see through my door.
Wait, really?
And yeah,
Well, it's not
and
fully glass, but
no one was home at my house. My dad wasn't home.
oh, that's so creepy.
My stepmother wasn't home. My brother was at school. It was just me and Jared standing in my room.
Yeah,
That's it.
Oh man.
that was it.
Alright, so I got a story. It's been, I don't remember when, but it was at this, I think it was the same apartment. I don't know. It was at an apartment. I lived in a lot of apartments growing up. I fell asleep on the couch. I was sleeping, and all of a sudden, I woke up hearing my name. Like, like when someone whispers in your ears, you can hear like say something. It said my name. I woke up. I think the door was open. I don't remember if I opened it, but either one, like the door was open. I go outside. And I look around, like, what the fuck called my name? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shut the door and go back to sleep. It was weird. Dude, that's what it sounded like. It sounded just like that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. I'm gonna cut
I've got
your
a couple
dick
more
off.
that I can add.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we'll start with the smaller one and then go into the really big conspiracy theory territory one. Okay.
All right.
The first one, my to not be named person lived in this apartment complex, and she lived next to another apartment, obviously because it's an apartment complex. And the lady who owned that apartment had recently died. She died from, I believe, lung cancer, and you'll see why I believe that in a minute. But me and my dad, with permission of the new inheritance of the
landlord.
apartment. No, the son was in charge of it now or something like that. But anyway, they gave us permission to go inside. I don't remember why my dad wanted to go inside, but my dad's weird like that. And when I say smell, I mean the moment we opened this door, I got punched in the face with the smell of cigarette smoke. Like, it was
Smoked a
bad.
lot. Yeah.
Like, to the degree of having to cover your nose and eyes watering bad.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I don't like that.
Gross.
Anyway,
Yeah, I would be dead there.
We go in,
And
and
my
this
grandma
place,
smokes and she smells.
the walls, like, you could see where she was sitting because the walls were covered in black, smoke from how much she had been smoking in the living room.
God, that's
Yeah,
not
The
yeah.
walls
Like
were
the full
black.
stain, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like you could see the smoke cloud puffing up across the wall. Black.
At that point, I would burn that place down.
It was connected to the other apartments, so you can't really do that. But like,
Yeah.
it was bad. Anyway, me and
Alright.
my dad are walking through this place and dying from the smell, even though my dad used to
You
be
should
there for a
have
long
left the door
story.
open the window.
And we're like in the back room. You know how apartments are really, really small. There was no one in
Yeah.
there but me and my father. And we were just, I don't remember what we were doing. I can't remember all of it, but I remember
you're good.
hearing, it would be my dad in the room, and I remember hearing a cough, like a woman's cough, because you can tell a distinction between and a okay?
Yeah.
And I remember hearing a woman's cough, and my dad, I looked at my dad, I was like, did you just cough? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. I just thought nothing of it, but it's like, in hindsight, that place is not fun. It is creepy in there. It had that feeling like I was talking about earlier, where you could tell something was unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a dark presence was there.
Yeah, and now mind you, this place was completely dark. Like, even for the middle of the day, it was because it was like still like afternoon. It wasn't getting dark yet. Like, it was before it was getting dark, and in hindsight, there were no lights on, but like, it was dark, and there was nothing inside this place, but it was still dark, like unusually dark. It was not comfortable.
Why did you guys turn the lights on?
I don't remember if you could. We might not have been able to because of usually they shut off power when it's going in between owners and stuff like that. And they just moved everything out of it, so maybe it was a matter of they didn't want to spend money on power,
Okay.
Yeah.
if I had to guess. And then the other one is, if you guys don't have anything to say.
No,
before
I don't have anything else.
I just have
I
a
don't
story
think I-
that I want you to read at the end.
You want me to read?
Yeah, because I'm not even gonna attempt to read this.
Okay. My previous house, when I lived with my mother, before the house she lives in now, everybody, including Damien, Morgan, Asher, all hated this house. Everybody that I had visited this house despised staying at this house. And now, I didn't have a choice, but I always felt uncomfortable for the most part in it too. Other
Even
than,
you
know,
at your own home.
not
Yeah.
all the time, but like when I'd be in my room. Everybody said, like, Asher refused to go in my room, my brother.
Yeah.
Morgan refused to go in my room. Damien tried not to go in my room as much as possible, and everybody else always tried to avoid my room, especially.
Wow.
My room was horrible. That's the room that I was talking about when I would wake up and I would feel terrible. Also, to add on top of that room, there was no insulation in the walls. So when it was cold, I would freeze to the bone. I'd have like 5
Why
blankets,
was
I'd
there
still
no
be cold.
insulation?
Because
Just how
whoever
the
builds
houses, I
those
guess.
houses are terrible. When it was hot, now mind you, it gets
Makes
120 on highs here. I would have to take all my clothes off, except for my underwear, because I'm not a Zachary type person, and I would still sweat in my room. With
Did you have air
fans.
conditioning?
This room was terrible. No, I had air conditioning, but it doesn't help when it goes straight through the walls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it makes
doesn't. You know what insulation does, Brandon?
Insulation.
Yeah.
Insulation
Yeah,
keeps what's
I know.
in and what's
Yeah.
out.
Out. Yeah, I know.
Um,
I lived in a trailer that had really shitty insulation.
to make this
Used to.
even worse, almost every time I went back and forth between houses, so it was different. But like
Yeah.
when I would stay there was almost always something wrong. Like sometimes people would tell me they hear voices after they stayed at my night. Morgan told me after I had finally moved out that he heard footsteps coming down the stairs while he was downstairs. Because again, he refused to go up in my room, and he would sleep downstairs. And he heard footsteps coming down, which he told me after. I don't know why he wouldn't tell me while it was going on, but who knows?
Didn't he just tell you like he was done going there anyway?
Well, no, I was already gone, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I heard
But Jared, you've
footsteps,
only ever
Gavin,
been there
I'm
once,
leaving your
and it was
house.
on
Yeah, I've
Halloween.
been there once on Halloween. Yeah.
But like my room, you could tell was not good.
But my
And,
senses for paranormal shit is terrible.
Mine are pretty good.
I don't know.
And,
But if I
um,
was,
There's more spooky situations that happened to me. One time I was up way too late in hindsight for a school day, and I was watching my phone for YouTube, and I swear I heard the door open, and I look up to look at the door, and the door wasn't open, but I felt someone walk up behind me and start staring at the phone I was looking at and like lean over and look at it. I was scared naturally because it was like, okay, no one's supposed to be in my room. The door is not open. Who's leaning over me, right? But I just
Yeah.
sat there and just waited for it to go away, and then it went away, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
then-
that was weird.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather just move out right
Hey, yeah,
away.
Gavin, if I
Please.
was at your house and I heard footsteps, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna wake your ass up. Say, bro, I'm gonna go home. It was cool hanging out with you. I'll see you sometime.
I don't blame you.
Gavin's not gonna wake. He's probably gonna wake up like 5 seconds, like, yeah, what the fuck ever, and then. Goes back to sleep.
I
I'm
don't-
sorry.
I-
Like,
see,
I don't disrespect. I wouldn't like. I'm not trying to be mean. I would. Like, I'm sorry. I would hang out
I'm
with
the
you later.
stereotypical person, like in a horror movie, where if there is something bad going on, I am not going to run away or be scared and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Because I can tell. You know when you get scared and you feel that thing in your chest and you're like, "Hey, this is spooky."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I register that, but I don't register the danger of like being like, "Hey, I could get killed" or something like that. I need to get away.
No, I get that.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's because I'm crazy, or maybe it's because I'm brave, whichever you want to say. They're hand in hand, in my opinion.
I think a bit of both.
But yeah, everybody. Jared, you never even saw my room when I was there, though. to be fair.
No. I think you were trying to keep me away from your room at that time.
Don't go near
I
it.
don't remember.
Or
But,
Damien probably was. He was like, Jared, stay downstairs.
Maybe that's what it was. Like
Yeah.
everybody who has ever, like, almost never did anybody sleep in my room because of that reason, I guess.
Yeah, I would fucking.
Damien, I think, is
cry.
the only one who ever slept in there, and I was with him the entire time because I slept in there too because it was my room. My mom, who is also a I told my mom the entire time we lived there it was haunted. Like from the moment I walked in the house, I told her it was haunted. She never believed me, even until we moved out. She still
Yeah.
probably doesn't believe me. But she went to go see a what the hell do you call us? Psychic? No, I don't believe in psychics. To specify, I don't believe that people can see your future. I don't believe that people can see ghosts beyond feeling them, and I don't
Yeah.
believe that
I kind of
you
don't,
can
kind of do. It really depends.
you can
I
like
guess.
detect
I'm
when
iffy.
things are like wrong with like that, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. But
Yeah.
I wasn't with her, so this is my mom's account of what happened. My mom told me that the lady said that there was a leather bag in my room that was causing all the stuff. And
Wait, what?
now this
Oh, yeah,
there was a
I
leather
remember this
bag
story.
with something inside of it in my house that was causing all the stuff in my room, in my closet. This lady had never been in my house. This lady had never been in my room. This lady had never been in my closet. Ever. Okay?
Was
kinda
there,
creepy if she did.
was there a leather bag
you
in the
ever
room?
find-
When we were moving out, because I was already out of the house, but my family started moving out of the house after, and I was helping them move, to specify. But behind a dresser, behind a box, behind like a picture or something like that, there was a leather bag with
What?
shit inside of it in my closet, in my room, in that house.
Wait, what?
And now,
So
mind
you're-
you, it was behind stuff. So even if hypothetically the lady was inside my house, inside my room, inside my closet, she wouldn't have been able to get behind my stuff and put a leather bag there with shit inside of it.
Yeah, because that'd be breaking an energy.
How big was
Very
the bag?
It was like
It It's probably as
I don't
big
know.
as like
as big as your hand,
the
probably.
dice. The
roughly.
dice, yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
telling me
about that
Oh.
size.
All right, so
Oh.
It wasn't
explain
big.
to me where you found it again.
But
it was in your closet.
in my closet behind like my dresser and like where I had a dresser and there was boxes on the sides and the shit behind the boxes, stuff like that. It was behind that.
How did it get there? Did you not see it before?
I don't recall seeing it, but I might have and just thought nothing of it.
So
Who
what
knows?
was in this bag? Or
It was like like have you ever played Skyrim?
Yes.
yeah,
You know the
I'd never finished it.
I can't remember what it's called, but the glowing stuff that makes noise in Skyrim that you can pick up, and it's like a plant.
Mm, yeah.
It
I've seen
was
those.
like that, but obviously not glowing and obviously not making noise. The stuff in Skyrim, it looked like that, but not glowing. It was like the pale, like white, greenish, bluish color inside.
a
It was like
plant?
churned up and inside the bag. Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know
right-
what a plant would cause, but I mean, who knows?
so it was a fucking just a singular plant.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like actually a full plant. It was like cut up and put inside of it.
And that was the
Oh,
only
so
thing.
a herb. It was a fucking herb.
Basically,
That was
yeah,
a
it was like
herb.
it was like a herb bag. I don't know, maybe it was like
that
sage
was
or something.
causing. That
But
was
usually
causing
sage wards off stuff like that, or that's the belief. So if it was sage, then it must have been some pretty corrupted sage.
it.
Yeah.
And that was causing it. That's what she said.
That's what the psychic said. Is that was
How
what
can
was
you
causing
not
the bad
believe
stuff in my
that though?
house.
Like she predicted that, and I get that. That's a little crazy.
Well, to
believe.
me, it's
I mean-
iffy because some psychics use cards and some other ones use their mind.
Well,
It's like-
tarot cards
Or they
predict
use
you.
your,
and your
And they
future.
also
or they
use
use
a
your
crystal
hand.
ball.
They
That's
use your
true.
Or
hand.
use your
palm.
hand, crystal balls.
Tarot cards are as old as fucking forever.
yeah, true.
Though
And-
nowadays it's more of a, hey, I'm a spooky witch. You want to see what I can do?
Yeah, or like, oh, I can read
Rather than
minds.
being
So let me read
legitimate.
your mind real quick.
What am I thinking?
Because I do
Penis.
believe in a certain extent that you can use stuff to predict
Yeah.
future, but it's also
Yeah, I
at
get
the same
that.
time, then they'll turn around and say, well, this could vary because you might be able to go on a different path, so it doesn't
Well,
matter really.
The thing
It's
is like The Simpsons has predicted so many things now. Like
Yeah,
they
that's The
predicted Donald
Simpsons.
Trump going to be the president, and he became the president
Yeah.
in one
Well,
of
he
the
predicted
episodes.
a lot of
But I
things
mean,
he did.
when you throw stones enough times at something, you're bound to hit someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
There's a
it's-
rumor that the guy, the director, that he was from the future, but then again, like Gavin says,
That could
It's-
be bullshit.
I don't believe in fate personally. I don't believe we follow a destined path, and no matter what we do, we can't diverge from that path. Like I
Yeah.
don't believe. Let's say in 5 minutes someone's gonna run in and slap me, like guaranteed,
Yeah.
no matter what. I don't believe
I'm gonna run
that.
to your
First
house
off,
and slap you.
I can keep them from coming in. My door is locked. There's infinite things that will keep that from happening. I don't
Dad would
believe
be
it's guaranteed.
Fucking
Yeah.
angry.
You know what I mean?
if
I'll
your
kick
door's
down the
locked,
door.
first off.
I'm iffy on runic readings too because people say they can read runes on bones and shit. But I don't
I
really.
believe
I somewhat believe it and somewhat don't.
And that
Wait.
I believe that there is no destined path, and that's one of the reasons that it makes it really hard to believe future predictions, is because you can't guarantee that that is the exact path that you are going to walk down. No
Yeah.
matter what, there's no guarantee.
yeah,
It's
I
like-
kind
Go to
of,
it's like-
Discord.
yeah. Well, it's
Okay,
like
hold on.
I hear that like God's still writing your future and everything's gonna change and stuff like that, and you're not gonna. I don't know, like what people say that.
Well, the
shit.
thing
I've heard-
is,
I mean, of course, you make the argument of, well, me saying that I deny that there is one fate, that therefore proves that I'm on that one fate line, because that's what fate wants me to do, is say that there is multiple fates.
well, what if like
You know what I
someone like
Yeah.
let's say the conspiracy theory of like someone already traveled through time and like they did the where the butterfly effect of that cause of whatever they change. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That would be like, that's insane to think about. Like we might be.
I do
opposite
believe in the
timeline.
butterfly effect, in fairness, but I don't believe in the
Yeah.
the fact that we're destined to do only one
Do
thing.
that one thing.
Yeah.
I
But
That's-
now,
do, but don't believe it. Like I
That's
believe
like
everyone
making-
has their choice and their path, and they could do what they want. So
Yeah, it's like making the argument that when we die that there is nothing and nothing, that everything was for nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
there can't be just nothing. There is never nothing. Nothing never is nothing. Even nothing is something.
Yeah. Now, like, let me go back to the topic about God here. You know,
Yeah.
Gavin and I watched the show called, fuck, I already forgot it. Anyway, it's anime, and it was pretty much about a kid that had a servant. I literally forgot what it's called. Gavin should know. Fuck, Fate Zero.
Yeah.
And this kid is a psychopath, for one. He kills kids for a fucking living. And he had a servant that is a murderer, a psychopath. And the kid was telling his servant, like, if God loved us, why is he not stopping us from killing each other? And the fucking servant went all ballistic about that.
We're gonna get
Said,
even
like,
more
"Oh,
philosophical here.
yeah, but anyway, but when that kid said that, I was like, to be honest, you're kind of right about that part. Like, if God did care about us, why would He stop us a little bit?
Well,
'Cause
see,
he-
I've just, because I'm a very philosophical person outside of this group, because you guys are
Yeah.
very stupid. But
Hey, I'm not that stupid.
I just now started realizing why this is a thing. Okay, we're gonna get really weird here. God made everybody, right? And He made us
Yes.
to where we have the free choice to do what we want.
Yeah.
So let's
Adam, he fucked up.
say if Jared wanted to stay home and play video games for his entire life and just do nothing, he has the right to do that. If Brandon wanted to go to church every single day and praise
Oh, God.
he has the right to do that. If Zach
Okay.
wanted to go down the street and shoot someone, he has the right
Oh
to do
God,
that.
I believe
Why
that.
am I the most psychopath?
God
And I'm
Anyway,
God
continue.
has gave us the choice to do what we wanted.
That makes sense.
And just like the belief in him, we have the choice to believe in him if we want to or not. He's not going to come down and say, you must believe in me right now or go to hell. Even though he
Yeah.
kind of does do that.
Yeah.
But he left it up to us to determine what we want to do. If someone gets thrills off of killing people, who's gonna stop them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
what they want to do. Just like if you want to drink alcohol all day, go ahead. If you want to play video games all day, that's what brings you joy. Go ahead. It's the exact same concept in the murderer's mind. Is killing people makes them happy equals enjoyment in life. That's their meaning
Yeah.
to life.
Yeah.
Even though it's wrong, and we can determine that it's wrong,
Yeah.
it's not wrong to them. It's what makes them happy.
Like the whole thing about that when that character was saying, like, God was pretty much just sitting there watching His own creation do whatever they want and
well,
destroy
it's
themselves
also-
if they wanted
yeah.
to.
God, just testing us, making sure. But yeah, I guess that makes
I
sense.
think more of an argument rather than like why would God let people die is more of an argument towards why would God let people be born that have autism and Down syndrome and diseases and everything that limits them? Why would God let people be retarded? You know, why would God let people be vegetables? That is way worse living than letting people murder people, in my opinion. Like, if God was so keen on loving people, why would He let people be failures? Not literally
Yeah.
failures, but in the actual sense of, living. It's like, why would He
Yeah.
let people who can't live without having people take care of them? And it's that one I haven't answered yet. I will say that, but I don't know.
What?
It's a mystery.
Yeah. That, but
guys,
this
my dad
did
needs
like.
my help. I'll be right back.
All right.
Alright. But yeah, when that whole character said that, I was like, you're not wrong about that part. But now when you say it, I was like, yeah, that's fair enough.
God. I mean, I'm a human. Well, we're all humans. It's hard
Yeah.
to determine the will of a God when you're not one. If you are the one who makes the truths, you are the one who decides the facts and the fallacies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's the same thing. God comes down to being order and chaos as well as everything else. It's like there is Him and there is evil in Him as well as there is good, and without one there is not the other.
Right.
Yeah.
It all comes down to that one thing.
Alrighty. If you could read my thing I sent you, that'd be
I
cool.
got let me see if I got a tale of my grandma now too.
Let me hear
a
the
spooky
creepy
story from her.
tale of your grandmother.
This one's not super creepy, but
Okay.
my grandma, she's gone now, rest her soul, great woman.
Amen.
But when she was alive, she was a Christian, where I mean like for as
Diehard
long as I've
Christian.
lived, and now mind you, I'm 22 years old,
Well,
and
you
then
will be.
she died when I was 21. I had never ever seen her waver from faith ever. Which obviously I don't believe you can be a Christian without wavering from faith at least once. But for my life, she had never faltered in her beliefs. She was always Christian. She was always a churchgoer. She was always God's number one kid, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
She believed in ghosts, and she told me a story of when she saw one. And she said she was at home alone, and she was making food, if I remember correctly. And she turned around from putting something in the oven, and there was a ghostly figure of a woman or a little girl standing like in the doorway, and it just vanished in front of her. And she didn't know who the woman was because I specifically asked her, and she says she doesn't know, and that's pretty much the end of the story. But coming from such a heavy Christian to say that she believes in ghosts so thoroughly is kind of mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of the same thing as dragons in this extent of every single civilization, every single culture has written it down and said
I've
something
seen a
about
dragon. Yeah.
it. Then how is it not true? You know what I mean? It's like even when Japan couldn't communicate all the way to Rome at all, how the hell do they both have documentations of very similar stuff
Yeah.
without any communication? Same with the flood.
What are
The
we
Great
talking about?
Flood that's in. We're still going on about stuff. The Great Flood
Oh.
that's in the Bible is written in several other religions. Like literally in
It
the
is.
Chinese religion, the water god causes the flood to punish people, and Gun, a giant fish, battles
Like, how
it
did
to
they
stop
know
it from
that?
killing people.
I don't know.
How does every single culture have these documentations without
Yeah.
having had talked to each other?
Yeah.
Maybe they
Same
found out
with
by
demons,
somehow.
because every religion believed in demons. In every religion.
In some sort of
And dark
facet, demons
spirits.
existed.
Yeah.
Just like ghosts existed
Well,
in
it's
some
not
sort of
like
facet.
they don't find out by researches and stuff. It's not like they don't have to talk to each other, but that makes sense too, I guess.
Yeah, but like I gave an example. If Rome can't talk to Japan, how does Japan have dragons written down, and so does Rome?
Yeah.
Maybe
It's-
they
it-
experienced it themselves. I don't know.
It's very. That's what I'm saying. You would have had to experience it yourself because there was no trade all the way across all of the country from the beginning
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
It-
But by
nobody
the way, Zach,
like Japan was a
What?
myth before it was now.
my dad says hi and he loves you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
flip the
Sorry guys,
podcast.
I'm taking a whole week off to help my dad because he had knee surgery.
Fair enough. Does anybody else have any other stories before I get into Zach's message?
I don't have anything.
I can talk
Not
about
that I
philosophical
think-
stuff all day, so I need to get pulled away before I.
No, we don't need
I'm
Gavin
sorry.
falling apart. No, I don't really have anything. I think I got everything.
Okay.
All right.
This is the story that Zach sent me about a couple of months ago, apparently.
It's an article.
Yes, sir. Is this true?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Okay. A couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, in parentheses, bought a
Oh
new
my
cell
God.
phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or message with text, and he agreed. At around 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son into bed. She walked to his room and saw that he wasn't there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked up her phone back from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes, such as a new background, banner, etc. But then she opened up her saved pictures. She began deleting pictures he had taken, until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed, but the picture was taken by someone else above, and it was shown
What?
that the left half of the elderly woman's face. And it showed in the left half of the elderly woman's face.
Wow.
Huh.
That's
That is
weird.
creepy.
So she saw a picture of her kid. Someone's okay. And how long
You can
was
send me
this
another
ago?
one if you want, brother.
I don't have any more.
Dude, I have no idea.
That's all I had.
You can't find anymore?
Well, I can't. Probably could.
Yeah, send me another one. I can read it.
That
Did it
is
tell
just
you when
creepy.
this was?
While we're waiting for that, kind of like how Jared brought up kids see stuff spooky earlier, like kids have more inclination towards seeing spooky stuff. My
Yeah.
mom had my sister before me, but my mom told me the story of how my sister, when she was younger, used to claim she would see people in the house. Like she'd be like, "Hey, who's that man?" And be like, "Hey, how's that man here?" and stuff like that. And it's kind of weird, isn't it? How
Nah.
even kids will just like point stuff out like that. Well, of course, you could just argue it's their imagination, but it's like they always kind of use it in a creepy sense because even the kid is creeped out by it.
Yeah.
Like even the kids kinda like, why is there someone in our house? He looks creepy. It's like, yeah, it's a weird concept.
Yeah. That's what keeps freaking me out because I'm just like, really, a kid can see something that no adult
sent you
can
another one.
see.
Okay, I feel like I'm very attuned to spooky stuff personally, and
Maybe you're born
There's-
psychic.
I actually was told that I was by a psychic, but I mean that's again negotiable. Did you? Oh yeah, you did delete the last one. Okay, I got another thing to say. I went to Iowa in like 2017 ish.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't really spooky. This is actually kind of the opposite. And we went to this place called Villisca. Villisca is a city or town. I guess it's a small town. It's really small. Iowa sucks. It's all cornfields town, cornfields town. Anyway, in Villisca, there's this house where this dude with an axe walked in, killed, if I'm not mistaken, 4 little girls. The
Oh,
parents,
I know this story. I know
No, I
this
don't.
including
story.
the father and the mother. There was 2 girls staying downstairs, 2 girls staying upstairs, and then the 2 parents upstairs as well. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny house because I was
Oh,
inside
wow.
of it. And
Yeah, I
he
know
used
this
the
story.
he used the blunt side of the axe and beat all of them in while they were asleep, and none of them woke up.
Oh wow.
So he killed everyone.
Even the husband and the mother who were in the same bed, he killed them both without either of them waking up.
It's a talent. True talent.
That is
And
not
then
true.
he stayed
Yeah.
in the house for
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
was gonna say.
days, put
Yeah.
white cloths over all of the mirrors, and ate at their table while they were sitting in the bed rotting.
Gross.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I've watched people on YouTube go to this exact same house and they literally keep reading the same stories about what happened.
Yeah.
So,
And,
so what did he do? Like,
there-
he hit the table and what else?
He just ate at the table. He covered up all their mirrors so like he couldn't see his own reflection, and or her, and
Yeah.
he ate at their table and just that. And I think he covered up their faces too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he like,
he
covered their
did.
faces with rags.
Like he put blankets over their faces or their entire body. I don't remember
Yeah.
which. And there was a theory that one of the people that went to the house said that, or an investigator said, like the reason why he covered up the mirrors is so he couldn't see the demon from inside him that did this.
There was a whole bunch of people in the town that started saying that they did it too. Like there was like a priest that came in and said, when he walked by the house one night, he heard the voices calling him to go into their shed and grab the axe and go kill them all. And then there was
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people that like claimed that they like either did it, and there was a whole bunch of people blamed for it, and it was like never found out because so many people were like the accused party,
Yeah.
So
and it was
people
never
were-
actually found out who did it because of that.
So people were just doing the same thing, like killing other people.
Yeah,
or-
people were they never found the murderer who did it because they didn't
Everybody
know who
was
actually
saying
did
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody
because
just kept saying that they did it.
Another theory is that the guy that did it, but they don't know who did it. Anyway, a theory was that a demon took control of the guy and killed that family, but no one really knows because it's just a theory.
Yeah,
But if everybody in that town was saying, "Oh, I did it," that tells you right there. There is something in that area. It's screwing people over.
That was
or
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I went inside the house. I went inside the town. And now,
Yeah.
remember how I told you, Jerome, the entire town had that feeling where something was off?
Yeah.
The
Exact same
entire
thing?
time I was here, no, actually the opposite. The entire time I was here, I had nothing. I went inside. I saw the bed, quote unquote. It wasn't actually the bed. The bed was obviously gone. But I saw the bed where all of them died, quote unquote. And I had nothing. I wasn't spooked. I wasn't like, oh, there's something here. I think the place was completely dry. I think there was nothing anymore. I think whatever was there is gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, whatever was there that was fucking all those people over in their heads left after that whole situation happened.
And I like I said, I feel like I'm pretty good at telling when stuff like that is there, but not. I think that place is just normal now. I think everything that was there is gone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously something has to move on eventually. I can't say forever. Which this murder happened. Hold on, I'll just search it. Probably like 60 years ago. Because it was an old-timey murder.
Yeah.
So this guy murdered everyone, and then everyone started feeling the same thing.
Yeah, because something was screwing with
it
their mind,
happened.
telling them, like, it was you, no, it was you, or something
Oh.
like that. Like, the demon was telling them all, like, oh yeah, you did this, guys. They put a dream here that you guys are the ones that did it.
It happened in
Even though
1912.
Oh, really?
Even though the guy that did it did it
That was like 100
himself
years
and
ago.
everyone else.
Almost. The 6 members of the Moore family and 2 guests were found bludgeoned in their residence. All 8 victims, including 6 children, had severe head injuries from an axe. A lengthy investigation yielded several suspects, one of whom was tried twice. Yeah, the dude walks in, kills 6 children and the parents, and is just gone.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Discovery of the crime. The neighbors became concerned after noticing the family had not come out of their home doing morning chores. They knocked on the door and nobody answered. They tried to open the door and discovered that it was locked. They received no response when knocking on the door. They unlocked the front door with a copy of the house key. They went into the parlor and opened the guest bedroom door, where they found the 2 guest kids dead on their beds. They immediately told the police, who arrived shortly after. They revealed that the entire house and family had been bludgeoned to death. The murder weapon and the axe belonging to Josiah was found in the guest room where the little girls were killed.
Just
They
sitting there.
concluded that the murder was taking place, between 5 a.m. 2 spent cigars in the attic suggested that the killer or killers patiently waited in the attic until the Moore family guests were asleep.
Yeah.
The kills began in the master bedroom where they killed the parents. His face had been cut to such extent that his eyes were missing. The ceiling in his room also had gouge marks from the murderer lifting the axe to murder him. So he lifted it so high he hit the ceiling.
Wow.
They used the blade of the axe. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the back of the axe. Josiah, while using the blunt end of the axe to rest the. He used the blade on the father and the mother while using the blunt end on the rest.
Oh. So he quickly killed the mom and dad with the sharp end,
Mm-hmm.
and killed the children with the blunt end, killing them slowly. Great.
That is
He
horrible.
bludgeoned their
Why,
head
though?
in the same manner as the parents. Afterwards, the murderer returned to the master bedroom to inflict the final blow on the elder Moores, knocking over a shoe that was filled with blood. Before moving downstairs to the guest bedroom and killing the little girls, seemingly afterwards, a 4-pound slab of bacon was taken out of the icebox and laid next to the axe. Investigators also found an untouched food and bloody water during the search. They believe that all of them, except for one of the little girl guests, was asleep when being murdered. They thought that she was awake and tried to fight. They found that she was that she tried to fight, and she was found laying crosswise on the bed and with a defensive wound on her arm. Her nightgown was pushed up to her waist, and she was wearing no undergarments, leading the law enforcement to believe sexually molested her or
Oh,
attempted
he
to do
raped
so.
her.
Yeah, little girl. Bastard.
I know.
Damn.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
funny.
he killed them with a sharp end and hit them. Someone had to wake up from that.
That's what they were all, mind you, there was 2 kids in the guest room together, the little girls. There were 2, the room's really, or the house is really, really small. There was 2 parents in the same room, and then there was, what is that? There was 4 kids, all together in the room, right next to the parents' room, together asleep.
Yeah.
And it, mind you, the distance between the parents' bed to the kids' bed was maybe 10 feet at most. Probably less, because it's literally the same room. The door opens up into the kids' room.
There's no
And
way
no
they
one
slept
heard it.
through it like a bear. Like no one. There's no way they slept through it like a rock.
Yeah.
Like this is my theory. The only way to sleep through it, if you take a knife, slit their throats, and cover their mouth.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Probably Freddy Krueger.
What? Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on
It's a
Elm
pretty
Street.
good
scared the
Those
shit out of
movies
me.
are so
It's a
dumb.
class-
No, okay. There's
They're
one.
so
I don't know which
cringe.
one it is, but it's with the babysitter and the kid. That scared the shit out of me because, like, she went into the bed
It's
to
with
get
the
the kid. And that,
babysitter with the kid. Very specific.
I don't know which Freddy Krueger it was. It's just,
Freddy
I
Krueger
don't
is the
know.
guy that can literally kill you in your sleep. Okay.
No, Jared, I get the fucking point, but I'm saying I don't know which movie it was. The first, second, third, fourth. There's a lot of them.
Well, it's not,
just-
not Night on Elm Street. I can tell you that.
Not the Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger movie.
Well,
The
kinda
babysitter
is.
and the kid.
It kind
Yeah,
of
he's
is.
he's shedding a wide net.
Now,
yeah,
I'm looking it
now,
up.
There's only one other
all I
one
can
that
think of
is Halloween.
is all I can think
Chucky.
of is Pet Cemetery, where the dude
Hang on,
hides under the
Chucky.
bed and cuts the old man's ankle.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true,
dude,
too.
I hate that watching them. cut
Now the only other
Achilles.
one that involves with a kid going to bed and a
Didn't they make-
babysitter is fucking Halloween, the newest one.
Didn't they make a new Pet Cemetery?
Yes.
Was it any good?
I have not seen it, so I don't know.
Have you seen the original?
Yes.
Bro, the main dude in that is the most stupid guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
He buries his cat. The cat comes back to life as a zombie. He decides to bury his kid. The kid comes back to life as basically a zombie and tries to kill him. So he
Yeah,
decides
and-
to bury his wife.
And it comes back as a
Logical,
zombie.
logical.
It's like, are you stupid?
Well, to be honest, he was in the whole movie. He was all upset and having depression.
Oh,
Ish
I
shit.
found it. It's called The New Nightmare on New Nightmare. Came out in 1994. That scared the shit out of me.
My
That's the one with the
favorite
babysitter.
series of horror movies is mainly Jason Voorhees' movies.
Right.
Did I
right,
heard that?
13th.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell. I just saw
I've
that.
never actually seen the original Friday the 13th though.
I've seen all
Yeah,
of them.
the first
I've
one
seen
was
the
with
one where he goes to
Mom,
space though, because that one's stupid.
Jason
Yeah,
X.
that one I
that
will
was
agree.
pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
And
That was
Now-
I've
different.
seen Jason versus Freddy, which is also stupid, even though I know
That
you
was
probably
I
really
right.
actually
fucking
liked
cool.
it.
That-
It was
that was
cool
really
for me.
cool.
I love seeing
It's a
people kill each
it's a
other,
cool
including two evil
concept,
people.
but it's like it's
Oh,
so
I also heard they're making another crossover of Freddy, Jason, Chucky, Michael, Leatherface.
I don't know how
oh,
that's
the,
gonna work.
Leatherface
I
is
don't
gonna
know
get
how
clapped.
Yeah.
Leatherface gonna get
Considering he's
Chucky's
just
gonna
a
get
human.
clapped. Chucky's gonna
Even
get
though it
clapped.
takes a while to die, but yeah.
I don't know. Chucky's kind of intimidating.
Yeah,
Like,
I love
I
Chucky
used to-
movies.
Wait,
I love
used
Chucky
How
movies.
how did you hear about this, Jared? I want to know. Like I don't.
I
think
used
it's
to
gonna happen.
laugh at Chucky. They should add Hellraiser.
Oh, that'd
I
be-
love
That-
I've
that
not
would-
seen them,
that-
but I've
Pinhead
seen
would
what they
be-
look like.
Pinhead would
That-
obliterate all of
They
them.
all of them.
Well, Pinhead's a
that's
literal
true. That
demon.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
be a
he's
movie, it'd
God's
be like-
or he's the
it would-
devil's arbiter, or whatever
It'd be
they're
only
called.
like a 20-minute movie, not maybe a 5-minute movie. Then it'd be over.
Where I heard it, Brandon, I heard it from a guy that used to work where I worked at, and then I saw a poster that they are making it.
I think it would come down to being
Huh.
between Myers and Jason.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how awkward that'd be? They don't talk. They just be looking at each other really awkwardly.
Well,
Yeah,
Chucky
the only
would
one
talk,
that the
and
only ones
Freddy
that
would
be talking shit is Chucky and Freddy. The other ones just either grunting or nothing.
Well, to be honest, Chucky, he has the ability to transfer his soul into other bodies and make duplicates of himself.
Well, even
Oh, yeah.
still,
Actually, in the original ones, he doesn't do
I heard
that.
that Chucky.
Yeah,
I
but the
heard
newer
the
ones,
too.
they continue the story he does.
That's
But
so-
yeah.
And the newest Chucky, the movie anyway, he's a robot.
Well, that was different.
Wait, what?
That was Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he's-
That's a
Yeah,
different
animatronic.
one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a
yeah, I saw
reboot, and that
He-
failed, and they
that
never
wasn't
do
good.
another.
He's-
That wasn't
he-
good.
He kills himself. He's like a Vietnamese dude who kills himself by jumping out a window, and he puts himself into Chucky as a droid.
Nah.
Oh, you talking about the
And then he
I-
then he
The,
puts
I-
the
himself into all
reboot
of
when
them.
Talking about
Chucky was
the
a
drone?
robot.
Yeah, he
Yes.
puts drones with razor blades, and he has them fly around.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
dumb. I've
I
never
heard
seen
the
Seed
yeah.
of Chucky and Bride of Chucky either, though I know
I
those
love
are terrible
all the
also.
Chucky movies.
I've seen them all, except for the last couple ones.
The
but
first three
I-
Chuckies are good.
Yeah, the
Yes.
first three ones are amazing because it has the original guy. But I heard that they made
But
a
it
show.
still does. It's just he's older, so his voice is a little different.
So I heard they came out with a show on Peacock called Chucky. I heard really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
I saw
it
that
too.
too, but I never watched it because
I
first
heard
off,
it's really
on
good.
Peacock, and
I
second
heard
off,
it's really good.
it's yeah.
Oh, I use F movie, so if I want to watch it free, I will.
You
Yeah,
just
I heard it was
freaking-
good.
You just,
Chucky's
And it-
probably one of my favorite
Yeah.
slasher horror.
As a kid, he scared the shit out of me, but as an
So
adult,
did I. He
as
scared
an
the fuck
adult,
out of me
I
when was a kid.
admire him. I admire his technique. I admire his laugh. His laugh is probably one of the best iconic laughs in horror movies.
Bro, me and my like team that we used to roll with in Rainbow Six back in the day. You know Ella, Zach?
Ella?
Ella,
Oh,
the
yeah,
girl
yeah,
defender.
Yeah.
When she first got added, she used to be OP as shit, so everybody used to like call her broken. And me and my friend were walking down this hallway. You know how Rainbow is, right, Jared?
Yeah.
We're walking down this hallway, aiming our guns, and
I've
at
seen
the
Zach's
very end
video.
of this hallway, there's a big doorway, and we're both aiming, slowly walking down, and Ella goes running by at full speed across the doorway. And me and him both were like, "What the fuck is that, Chucky?" 'Cause, you know, Chucky will run through the doorway and go, "Hee." And then run.
You know what? The next podcast, let's talk about our favorite horror movies and stories from it. That'd be fucking cool.
Me and my friends started calling Ella Chucky from that day on. It was so
Oh
good.
my god. Did she laugh like Chucky when she did it, or?
No, it was
No.
just we could
It just
picture it.
reminded him of Chucky doing it.
Dude, I don't
It
know.
was- it
Chucky
was
is
so-
just amazing. I don't know. I feel like Chucky would probably win. Probably win.
No.
I don't. No, I take back what I was saying because I realized that Chucky may be the strength of a human. Jason is like the strength of a million humans.
That is true.
Jason's
So I feel like
So is
strongest
Michael.
slasher.
Only thing that I will
Well,
say is
Michael
Chucky
can't
will
die.
be able to outmaneuver
Neither
all
can
of
Jason.
them.
Yeah.
Well, Jason,
No,
that's
Jason's
acceptable
really
because
slow.
not just so is
Michael Myers is way slower than Jason. Jason can
But
at least run
I feel like
sometimes.
Freddy Krueger and Chucky will have the speed.
Nah.
All right. Let's go back to the thing. Enough making Zachary wait.
Finally.
Time for the story of I never lived in a haunted house, but my mother did as a teenager. Other
Oh,
houses on the street
spooky.
had. Damn. Other houses on the street had strange things going on too. A few homes away from her lived a family. One night, the daughter went to bed with a headache. The next day, she was dead. She passed away from an aneurysm.
Oh, what the fuck?
After her funeral, the family went away to go on their. And after the funeral, the family went away to get their minds off the tragedy. And the father asked my uncle, my mom's brother, to check on their pets. My mom and dad, who were dating at the time, went with him. My mother had heard there was a grand piano. She wanted to play it. My dad was studying to be a veterinarian. After
Sounds like
entering
a
the
fake
house,
story.
kind of does, doesn't it? After
Yeah.
entering the house, my uncle and my father headed to the basement to see the animals, and my mother went to the piano on the ground floor. She was playing it. She was playing it when she felt something brush her ankle.
What the
She thought a
fuck?
cat must have left the basement and walked past her. She kept playing and then she felt it again. She looked under the grand piano and saw nothing. When she started again, she felt hands clasp her legs tight. She dashed to the basement door,
Yeah, I was
called
gonna
my
clap her
uncle and
cheeks.
father, and waited for them. Back outside, my uncle could tell my mom was rattled and asked what was wrong. She told him what had happened and turned white. He told her the daughter who had died used to play a game with her father. When he played the piano, she'd crawl underneath, grab his ankle, and push his feet up and down on the pedals. The end.
Dun
dun, dun.
Okay.
All right, I have something
Okay,
to say.
that was stupid.
That was really stupid. Okay, so you know those YouTube videos that people like will like make those like animated the cartoons and say like stupid stories that make no sense. My father was rich, but we didn't have a lot of money. But he had those kind of YouTube videos where people just make it's
Yeah.
not like just like that.
Especially the part that caught me off guard was the part like, oh,
My
this
father-
girl had a headache. Then the next day she died.
Yeah, she died. of a
She
fucking
died.
accident. She just died. Nope, don't say hi. She died. Not
What
even
is-
okay?
We'll talk about one more thing because I'm curious before we go on with our lives. But what is the spookiest games you guys have played?
Fear.
Oh,
Outlast.
God.
Fear, the
Outlast.
game
Yeah.
Fear.
Oh, Fear. That
Yeah.
one's a good. That one's scary too.
Scariest
Yeah, that's-
game I ever played was
Fear
Layers
was
of
pretty
Fear.
good.
Layers of Fear is also fucking terrifying.
Layers of Fear is the
Um,
only game that ever legitimately spooked me.
The reason why this
Alien
game Fear scared me because
Isolation,
I had
back.
Fear.
I had a friend
and-
named Dalton, and he was like 17, and I was
Outlast.
like 13, and he had the game Fear with him, and we were playing it on my Xbox 360, and he was like, "Oh, it'll be fine. The game's fine. You'll be fine. It's just a shooter game." And I was like, "Okay." And
It's
as I
totally
was
not
playing-
called Fear or anything.
yeah, I'm like, okay. And then a fucking face of a girl just pops out on the screen, and I fucking ran out the room. I was like, ah!
Silent
That
Hill
game-
was a crazy game back in the day too.
Yeah,
On
I've
the
seen
360?
gameplay of that.
Silent Hill 2.
I think
I've
it's
seen,
on. I think it's backwards compatible on Xbox.
it. I'll try it.
Yeah, I'll try
Oh,
it too.
it's a good game.
But no, I think the most scared game I ever played was probably Fear, Alien Isolation,
I've never
Outlast.
played it, but I've heard that it's scary.
So there's this one
Fear.
game.
They made 3 Fears. Jesus.
Really, I've only played
Yeah.
the first one. Then
Hold on, let me go to my Xbox game because there is a game on here.
You
that's
wanna?
pretty scary?
You ready to hear the stupidest thing? Well, not stupid, but the
Hold on.
the
There's
dorkiest
called.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me finish. There's called
So-
a game called Layers of Fear. That's pretty scary.
Layers of Fear is a great game. When I was a kid, okay, you know how Scarecrow is my favorite
yeah,
Batman villain.
You like Scarecrow?
I love Scarecrow. When I was
He's
a
a good
kid,
character.
the first time I ever played Arkham Asylum, you know the Scarecrow scenes?
yes,
Yeah.
That shit scared the hell out of me. I was alone
Yeah.
at night watching those freaking, what are they called? Mortuary doors fling open and close, and it was going, "Get out! Return where you came! Leave, leave!" And I was like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's
I
There-
was
pretty
there-
so scared.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
why-
what's funny about that? I'm sorry, Gavin. You just
Can I
finished.
fucking speak, Brandon? That's
Sorry,
why when
buddy.
I was a kid, that scared the shit. That's why I liked him so much now, is because he truly scared me when I was a kid.
yeah.
When I first played that game, it was frightening as hell when I was a kid to see that.
I know.
That's
when
why I
I,
You know what else?
when you were
him
making
so
me play
much.
it at your house, and when I got to that part, I was like, okay, why is this happening? What's
Dude,
going on?
every single time he does it to you, like even like the third one, when I was a kid, it scared me, dude. It was so good. I loved those
Yeah.
games. That's why the
But
first
adding
one's
on
my
to what
favorite.
you're-
Is just because the Scarecrow moments alone.
I must add on to that, Gavin. I played the Arkham games. I played Batman games. The part when he's like, you know, you have to like hide and he like watches you like with those big
Yeah.
red eyes, like freaking like that.
Oh,
shit
yeah.
scared me.
And
Like, I'm
you-
watching you.
and when your game crashes too,
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah, and then when he catches you, and then freaking, oh god, that's freaking shit.
and then you wake up as Batman in the armchair where you're in place of where Joker was, and Scarecrow's the
Yeah.
doctor that comes up and talks to you and says he's completely insane. It is so good. That's such a
It
good
is.
game.
It is. What's that last one that came out with, the open world one?
Arkham Knight.
I never really finished. That's a good one too.
I beat it. Yeah, I waited until like 3 years after it was already out, and because I just couldn't play it for some reason, and I had to finally force myself to sit down and play through it all, and I liked it. It's definitely not as good as the other two.
Yeah, well,
but
you're in
it's- it's still
Arkham,
good.
but it's an open world game, which is nice to play as Batman in open world. I didn't
Right.
really finish it. I'll probably finish it.
All right, I guess we're getting we've pushed on for 2 hours something. I
Yeah,
guess we
it's
should
probably like 2 hours and 30 minutes by now.
go ahead and Zach, do you want me to push this out or do you want to?
I got this. All right, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. If you guys did, subscribe and go check out Brandon's channel. He doesn't post that much, but check him out. Also, for our Spotify listeners, check out
Pretty sure Z.
Gavin's channel, which is Chosen Seeker. Check out
No,
Jared's
hold on.
channel.
You're getting mixed up. For our Spotify people, you can now get to us on Spotify. For the people on YouTube, is what you're trying to say.
There you
For
go.
people on YouTube, we have Spotify, link in description. For the people who want to check out my channel, link in description. For people who want to check out Jared's channel, link in description. For people who want to check out Zach's channel, link in description. Subscribe. We're
And
gonna
if you
get
wanna
to
check out my channel,
100
it'll be in
million
the description.
gazillion followers.
Let's go, boys.
And likes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
If you
We
wanna check
will.
my channel,
Oh, hold on.
it'll be linked in the description.
Also, we will be in person soon.
Yes, we will be doing podcast
Within
in
by
person.
the end of this year, in person.
Podcast. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
We have all. We're getting all the stuff soon. All right.
Exactly. You put
Yes,
me in
sir.
the description.
I literally shouted you out. Yeah.
I do the
Alright.
description, so
Alrighty.
you got to be asking me, son.
See you guys in the
Can I
next one.
be in it,
See you guys
please?
later.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
See it.